guys, welcome once again. So today we're going to be talking about Love and Marriage Detroit. And what episode is this? I've actually forgotten. I think it's episode 8, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
This should be episode 8. So we're going to talk about this episode 8 today. So what did you think about the episode in general? Because for me, I thought it was a little bit lacking. I don't know.
It, sometimes I just don't have words for them because they're just all over the place right now. With
Yeah.
the bickering, you're talking about my husband and this,
Mm-hmm.
that, and the other. They're everywhere. And some of the scenes, like, uh, with Kristina. Oh my God. Like, girl, like, realize your dude ain't good. You know what I'm saying? you know,
Yeah.
and, and he's just like, I don't know. It doesn't seem like anybody really cares for them two right now. You know, nobody really wants to be around
Yeah.
them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because they're troublemakers. You know, they're troublemakers. And they're a little jealous of everybody else's how they flow with their stuff. You know what I'm saying? You could tell there
Yeah.
is a little jealousy involved.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that never works well.
Well, speaking of them, the continuation was from the fact of Christina's fight with Kolby. Sorry, Christina's fight with LaToya. I don't know. I felt like at this moment LaToya was trying to be a little bit saucy and a little bit disrespectful. That was how I felt because she was trying to. uh, She's there trying to like say, okay, you talked bad about my husband. You talked good things about my husband. I'm in defense of my husband. I can understand that for
Well,
her,
yeah,
but
I
the
I,
way
I
that
understand.
Christine was trying to be like, oh, you're not gonna say this. I do understand too that. Okay, fine. In my let's just say that the place that she's talking about this is not right. The atmosphere was not right because yes, they were in an event in a bro in an event, so it was not an appropriate place for her to be voicing her opinion. But I also understand that when you are hot, when you hear something about somebody you love, sometimes um you might not be able to hold your emotions in place and just be like, okay, I need to get this off my chest. Because it happens to me sometimes. I could tell myself, okay, I need to be chill. But I know that no, I need to really challenge you and meet you and be like, okay, you know what? I heard you say these things about me. I wanted to know if this is true, if this is true, if this is true.
Right.
So at this point, I felt like Christy was, I think at least she should understand because she would not be quiet if somebody was talking about her own husband.
Of course not. Of course not.
So
You know, and
I yeah,
go
go
ahead.
on. You can
Oh,
go ahead.
I was gonna say I completely understand. But you know, sometimes you do have to check somebody on some stuff that comes out of their mouth, some random stuff,
Yeah.
because believe me, being married, I have had to check a few chicks myself. And it's not that I'm jealous
Mm-hmm.
because I'm not, for one. You know what I'm saying? But it's just the respect thing. You know, Here my husband is on a list of I wish I could screw list, and he's number one to this place that we go. So every chick
Yeah.
that we worked there, and this was the dudes coming back telling me, hey, uh, did you know that your husband was on number one of I wish I could screw list? So I checked each and every one. I held court. I was the judge. I was the jury, you know, and it was like five of them against me, and all of them are
Mm-hmm.
trying to overtalk me. So I just told them, hey, either we can do I'll jump you into this thing by my fists, or we can go one on one. you know, and they were like, we're sorry, you know, so they admitted to it and stuff, you know, so yeah, I understand checking people right where they are. You know what I'm saying? Especially if I'm
Yeah.
trying to get to the bottom of something that concerns my household, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't play when it comes to that. My husband, my kids, my money, and my reputation. Those are four things I don't mess with, you know? So
Mm.
yeah, I understand her place.
Angela Knight, thank you very much for watching from Facebook. She said the entire cast is a mess. The men and women are messy. The whole show should be dumped in the dumpster.
Yeah.
That's really that's really
Yeah,
brutal.
I mean, I completely agree because when it first started off, you know, I was like, oh, they're nice looking, they're young, you know, we're gonna get some
Yeah.
real stuff out of these youngsters, you know what I'm saying? They gonna show
Mhm.
us, you know, what's so beautiful about Detroit, what they got going on, you know, and as I'm watching, I'm like, these people are just like messy. Like the guys are just like women, you know, and well, not all the guys, but some of them, Brandon,
It's-
uh you know, and it's like Kristina, it's like no wonder they're such a match, a couple, because she seems to be a little messy too, from what she said that what was her name, Brandy said, and we'll get into that, I know we will.
Yeah. Okay. Let's like and the part that got me was the apology that Brandon gave to Kolby. For me, I didn't feel like it was a genuine apology. I just felt it was the moment of, okay, this lady's husband is like huge. He could literally break every bones in my body. Let me just throw it out there for the apology because it didn't. For me, the apology didn't sound sincere from a nice place. Like I, I really want to apologize to you. It was just an apology of, you know what, for peace to reign. Let me just throw the apology out there. That was how the apology sounded to me.
Uh, yeah, that apology was sorry as hell, you know, it wasn't heartfelt, it wasn't he wasn't speaking his truth because he still
Mm-hmm.
had issues, you know, and
Yeah.
he didn't say the magic thing. I'm gonna keep my ass out of women's business. You know what I'm saying? That ponytail, it doesn't make you a woman. And by the way, that ponytail is just ugly.
Not the
Like, oh,
ponytail.
like I couldn't
Oh
but
my god. Not the
you know,
ponytail.
that ponytail is ugly. That's ridiculous. That I wouldn't help him fix it if he was my dude. You know, matter of fact, while he was asleep, I think I would cut it. You know, because no,
Ah,
that is too feminine, dude. You
oh
know,
my
I need a
god.
man's man. I need a man's man, not somebody who says, "Can you fix my hair before you do yours?" No, you know. So,
Oh
yeah,
my
but
god.
that apology really sucked. I wouldn't have accepted
It,
it. I'd have been like, nope, no, thank you. No, thank you, sir.
no. Yeah, it sucked. It was not an apology that felt sincere, that felt like, okay, fine, I realized. Let's even forget about the sincerity about the apology. It's not an apology that came from a moment of, okay, fine, I do realize I was wrong.
Right.
I realized I messed up. I shouldn't have said it. It was not even an apology of, okay, fine, I admit I was wrong. Talk more of the sincerity part, or I want to really apologize to you. There was no such moment. So I'm
Well, I mean,
I'm over
he
them.
had all that time to apologize. You know what I'm saying? He could apologize that
Mm-hmm.
next day, you know, the next week, you know, the next hour, the next moment when he said it and it slipped out of his mouth. He should have been apologizing, but he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he waited until they got together again to film, and then he wants to put in his little apology. I guess because they were there for the weekend and things could go wrong within so many
Yeah.
hours, and he wasn't trying to get rat packed down. So I guess he said now is as good as time as any, so that way I could save face and I won't get beat up, But yeah, that was sorry. I wouldn't
My
accept for that.
God. Exactly. He was trying to avoid getting beat up by Brandon, by Russell.
Yeah, yeah.
um,
Because Russell looked
uh,
like he had all day. He was
yeah,
making meals,
yeah.
and I'm pretty sure he was working out.
They're not his man. Like he could just rough like I
Yeah,
knew he was trying to just avoid a quarrel from Russell because I do see the fear he has for Russell.
yeah, I
I
do
do
too.
see the fear he has for
Yeah,
him.
Russell's about the
Yeah.
business. He looked like he
Yeah.
don't play.
And he doesn't
And
joke with his
and
wife.
well, no, and he loves God. First off,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying. So, and he makes it known that he loves God. you know so yeah, you can't mess with God's people. you know you just can't, because you're gonna be scared every time.
um and but what got me, there was a lot of talks about this particular stuff.
Mhm.
This Britney stuff and Christine. When this thing came out last week, and that was the main cause of fight between her and LaToya. I'm glad they hashed it out right here. Look
Yeah.
at Christine's face. Her face alone will tell you that yes, we're not denying that she did have that conversation with Britney, and
Right.
Britney said some things. But there's one thing I am sure is that she tried to add more source to the information she was giving. She might
Exactly.
have been told A, then she added B and C in the
Mhm.
chat.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
pretty sure that she was only told A, then she added A, B, C, D in the chat. Because immediately this guy, Anthony was like, you know what, let's call up this girl because I I acknowledge Drake for that. Drake saying, you know what, we've been hearing so many things about Britney said this, Britney said that. The common denominator about this is Britney, and she's not here. So why don't we just call Britney? I love that suggestion because, truthfully, yes, it's because if they had continued in that banter, it's gonna be he said, she said, so kind of situation, and she was trying to drag it out as if the he was also talking about Russell and his wife at their back to
Mhm.
this Britney. And immediately she mentioned that he was talking about Russell and his wife. My first question was, this Britney, is she that close to Russell and Kolby for Brandon to be having that kind of discussion about them
Right.
with her? Felt like Christine was saying this so as to rile everybody up, feel like, okay, oh, you're talking about us at our backs, talking about us with strangers, with people that are not supposed to be in our businesses. I felt like that was what she was aiming at. And I love that she was called because when she was called, she called out on her lies. She said
Right.
it was only Brandon he talked about, which Anthony said, I admit say, oh no, I didn't talk about Brandon. He said, yes. He only mentioned Brandon's name.
Right. Right. But I just love seeing Christina's face like that. It looked like the cat who swallowed the canary, don't it?
She was that moment was like
She
a
just
shocker
been,
when he was like, you know what, I'm
yes.
calling her right now. She did not believe they were going to go to that extent.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what you're supposed to do. But that face told it all, that she was caught in a damn lie. Like, why you lying?
Hot.
Why do you have to put in extra stuff? Just say what it was. You know what I'm saying? If it bothered you that much, say what was said and don't put extra stuff up in it. You know what I'm saying? So that right there just goes to tell me that she just wanted to stir the damn pot, and see who sipped the soup,
You will.
you know? And that ain't cool. That lying,
It's not.
lying and just dragging somebody else's name. And if I was what was her name? Brandy, Belinda, what was her name that he called on the phone?
Brittany.
Brittany. If I was Brittany, I wouldn't be dealing with uh dang, what is her name? Courtney? No, that ain't her name. Catherine? No, shoot. Hold up. Let me get my cheat sheet.
Which
Christina.
persons am I trying to
I wouldn't be
remember?
dealing with I wouldn't be dealing with Christina anymore. You know what I'm saying? I just could, because I if I'm telling you something,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and you're getting privy to this information, I don't need you to be adding other stuff up in it that never came out my mouth. Right there, it means that I can't trust you. So I'm gonna quit dealing with you.
Exactly.
I'm gonna quit dealing with you like that.
Right there and there.
Yeah. I
I
just
I I I do hate people that go about. I tell you something in confidence and you're going around spreading it. You're making me look like a bad person because you do not know what situation the person that told me this was telling me this in.
right.
And you went ahead and you just said a lot of things. I was so happy. I'm gonna tell you the happiness in my face when they called this lady. I was like, yes, yes, they needed to. Because if they hadn't called this lady, the way Christine was charging up, she was prepared to defend the fact that everybody was talking trash about her and her husband. I don't know. I don't understand. I said it in last week's review. I said she's trying to be the melody and Martell of Detroit.
Oh
But you
wow.
don't have it. You don't have the sauce.
No, not at all.
You can't cook something when you don't have the sauce. You want to be the most popular. You want to be the most known. The most, even till now, you're not still the most followed.
Yeah, I
Kobe is
mean,
still the most followed. And what upsets me the most is that every single day she comes on Instagram live after the show or before the show. She comes on Instagram live and bash every other person and paint themselves as these good people. Oh, we are our authentic self. And I'm like, others are not authentic because you come on the show and show us how broken your marriage is. That is your authentic self. You should be proud of yourself showing your authenticity. And bashes everybody. She goes on interviews. She has gone on so many interviews and talk bad about the others as if they're any better.
hmm
You are no better than any other person on that show.
yeah,
And the
that's
fact that what really sorry, what was sitting me off very well in this episode was the fact that two of them kept on talking about, oh, are you sure I'm not delusional? Are you sure that Anthony and LaToya and Anthony are coming for us? They're always coming for us. And I'm like, what do you have they are always coming for you for? Because I don't understand that statement of they are always coming for us.
yeah. I didn't get that comment either. I don't even see it. I don't see them coming for them. I mean, Brandon needs to clean his shit up seriously because he is just as tacky as a tack board. You know what I'm saying? And Christina,
Mm-hmm.
you could never be male, boo boo. You can't be male. There's only one male. And she's loved, she's adored. She's starting to be a little fashion icon. And she's doing big things. She could never
And she
be a
doesn't have to
male.
bring down others. That's the difference between her and Mel.
Well, yeah, Yeah.
Mel
Mel,
didn't have to come on live and say, "Oh, this person is a, oh, this person is a." No, Mel only comes for you if you come for her.
exactly. Exactly. And right now she don't even give the power to it because she got all the juice. So why would I come for you when I got all the juice? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think Christine
Yeah.
is very jealous of LaToya and Anthony's relationship, because LaToya, she's doing some things. She's a doctor. She got her own
Yeah.
brand of wine
Her business
out.
is booming. Yeah, like she's going
She's
out there.
successful. Yeah, she's successful. And
She's
yeah,
married, and her
yeah,
husband still allows her to accomplish things for
yeah,
herself.
exactly. Exactly. And she look like she's doing the damn thing. She's living the life that Christina wants with Brandon. But Brandon, he's a kid. He doesn't want those same things. He wants it under his terms. And that isn't how it usually goes in a marriage. There's compromising that has to be done in order to get to the goal, you know?
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I don't see them really staying together after the show, you know what I'm saying? Because
They staying together. They might want to, because they look as if they're, the way they're acting, the way they're always talking about people always coming for them, the way they always act. I feel like they are here for the fame that comes with this show, so they might want to stick it out.
yeah, but I'm just saying, once this show, if it kicks off and gets another, you know, season, I think he's gonna be basically like halfway out the door because he be looking like he be thinking of other plans in his head, girl. you know, he be thinking of other stuff he can do with his life. Like later on, it's like if I win the lottery, you know, he just
Yeah.
doesn't seem consistent. You know, he's like
He,
like a teenage boy. If I find somebody else I like, I might be gone. That kind of
okay.
stuff. So yeah, I don't see them really staying together long term as a couple. How long they been married now? What, 4 years, something like that?
Is it 3 4 years? I really don't know. I really don't know. Well,
Yeah,
I literally hate. I really hate the way that they are always feeling as if every other person is coming for them, and it's really annoying. Truthfully, it's annoying on every branch because nobody's coming for you. I don't see them coming for you. LaToya is too busy in her life. She's too busy with her life trying to, make things for herself, trying to grow her business, trying to make a name for herself. Too busy for her to be coming for you. And I don't know, did you notice when they went to the wine ring and Kolby brought a ring light, a stand, and wanted to do a little bit of video for LaToya? Did you notice that she gave this expression like she was, I don't know what to call it. Is it jealousy or
jealous, envious, haterish,
haterish?
all of the above. I caught that look and I was like, girl, fix your face. You didn't want to do
I
it. You
thought
didn't
I
want
was
to
the only
help
one
her.
that caught the look on the episode.
Yeah, but she didn't want to help her. So why you looking like that? You know what I'm saying?
That
So what
was
you
the
gonna
same
say?
thing.
She
You
copied
didn't
your
think of the
idea.
idea. You did not think of the idea. Somebody else thought of the idea and said, "Okay, let me help my friend. I'm very good in videos. I'm an influencer. I can do this. Okay, let me help my friend." And you were given a look of, oh, disgust or of envy, of
Yeah,
jealousy, or oh, I wish I had thought about this idea now first, because now I can't think do this again because somebody else have thought of the idea, and you literally have called her a Kobe card. So what would that make you?
Exactly. Exactly. But yeah, uh, I just seen the jealousy and the envy all in her face. And it was just really stupid on her part because she's supposed to be the real go getter. You know what I'm saying? If this is your
Yeah.
home girl, you're kicking it with her. She has a brand that she's trying to put out. Why not offer the help? You know, here, girl, let me make you some content that we can get you a Instagram page and you can do your thing. You know what I'm saying? That's what a
I think
friend would do. But
probably
maybe
she will look at the.
well,
I probably should.
again, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Again, I just want to go back to what I said,
Yeah.
that Christine is really envious and jealous of LaToya's lifestyle. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Because she has two careers going on now, and she's maintaining her household, and her man ain't out in the streets past 5 o'clock. He's at home at the dinner table helping with these kids. You know what I'm saying? And
Oh
that's where the
God.
envy, I think the envy comes in, and the jealousy is, hey, I'm not doing it like her. I'm not doing it big like her. I
Mm-hmm.
could be doing it big, but I'm carrying this rock, which is this husband of hers. You know, he's like an anchor.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Can't be a power couple because she got dum dum with her. So yeah, I seen a little of that envious. But like I said, if that was your girl and you know how to do these things, you reach back and you help somebody. That's what it's all about. Not
Oh
being greedy.
my
But you see
God.
how greedy she is. You see how greedy she is. She wants everything for herself. She don't want to share
Yeah.
nothing. Nothing. A tip, nothing. A thought, nothing. You know what I'm saying? But you know what God says about that? You keep your hands closed too tight, you can't get anything in it. None of your blessings will come because your hands are too tight.
And the way she was speaking, like she has this condescending tone to her talk. When they went on the boat ride, and she was like, "Oh, I sat on there, LaToya. If she wanna push me off," I'm like, "Who is thinking of pushing you off when you are just insecure about your life?" I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
that LaToya never thought of anything while sitting
Yeah.
down close to you. She didn't have you in your thoughts. You are the one killing yourself by having those thoughts about her. She literally doesn't care about what you feel. But you're the like, oh, they're coming for you. You are the one giving yourself an enemy that's not there.
Yeah.
You're creating an enemy in your mind that is not there. Like that statement was
Exactly.
like, what the hell is this? What's the meaning of I sat down close to her to show that we're on the same level if she wants to push me off? I'm like, why would she be
Yeah.
thinking of pushing you off?
You know, I mean, Christina, she started off with her beef with her dude, with her husband. Right now, it's like every woman on the show now. Like, you're the problem. You know what I'm saying? You're the problem. You're trying to just what? Have a storyline, whether it be messy or what? Just as long as it's a storyline, because she's beefing with everybody right now. You know?
And they are the king of queens of Detroit.
Yeah. You know?
Her and
But
her
yet,
husband are king of queens of Detroit.
yeah. Well, they're far from the kings and queens, and I don't know if anybody on this panel is, but I'm just saying, she's definitely not top notch,
She's
you
definitely
know.
wow. That
Yeah, it's just
uh,
that show is just crazy. It's wild. This girl has all kind of delusionals, things that she's making up in her head. Oh, she
in
doesn't like me. She's
her head.
coming for me. Uh, if she tries to drown me in the water, I'm gonna bring her with me. Like, girl, she is looking too cute with her husband,
She
trying to have a good
wasn't
time.
even looking at
To be,
you.
yeah. And matter of fact, after you guys squashed it, she was like, "Hey, I'm glad we had this discussion. It needed to be had. I'm cool with where we are with this discussion. And here you and Brandon sitting in your room moping, oh, they don't like us. They trying to sabotage us. Is it just me, or do you feel the same way?" Well, you guys sound like two little idiots. You know,
Like this exactly.
two immature little kids. You
Oh
know,
my god.
nobody likes
Exactly.
us.
When that scene came on, we're like, am I being this genre, or does it look as if the way LaToya is against you, Brandon is against me? I was like, what the hell is wrong with these children?
Yeah, yeah, that was just ridiculous. When I seen them both in there moping and
And
complaining,
and the
you know, and even on the bus trip to the
yeah,
winery, when Kolby was asking, well, how do you feel about the conversation? Well, I think he lied, and we're gonna agree to disagree, but I'm not a liar, and whoop 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 whoop. You should have been saying all of that at the table so everything could be squashed. But here you
squash.
are, like the little girl that you are.
I think he was trying to sell his ideas to the other couples.
Yeah, he's trying to
Like
get
the way he was just
an
constantly
alliance.
him and Christine were talking about it. I did think that he was just trying to sell his idea to them and make them be like, okay, okay, yeah, I do see reason why you feel this way, you feel uncomfortable, and like maybe make them all dislike Antonia and
Yeah,
Latoya. Why would I
yeah, but
dislike them when we don't have beef?
exactly. But you seen how Russell was looking at him like, dude, really,
No,
this is what you trying to
Russell and
say?
Kobe knows that something is wrong somewhere.
Well, yeah. I mean, look, settle your shit like a man. When somebody brings it to the table, you put it all out there. You don't backpedal the next day and say some stuff that you didn't say at the table. You know what I'm saying? Because that
Even
that
when
right
they were
there
like, "Are
creates
we all good?"
problems.
When they finished, they asked, "Are we all good?" And everybody was
Yeah,
like,
and
"Yeah,
you
yeah."
you you
So why
said
are you
yeah,
coming back?
yeah,
Why are you
exactly,
backtracking?
exactly, exactly.
And the
That's
reason
where it's
why
gonna start stuff.
the reason why Brandon is more pissed off with Anthony is because he said, "I want to bring a friend of mine," and you say, "Oh, you have beef with the guy." I understand. See, none of them is correct in that situation. I understand that. Fine, as a friend of mine, you should see my reason why I don't want this person to be here. But him putting it like, I don't want to see him there. Like, you all contributed money, you have your investments in this. So as he's investing, he's okay to bring whom and whosoever he wants to bring.
That's true. If they're
It
equal
is right.
investors in
He's
this,
an
yeah, they're
equal
equal
investor
investors.
as you are.
Right.
So you absolutely have no right to tell him, don't bring this person there because of your personal beef. You have no right. He's also friends with this person. He even gave you a courtesy and said, "Oh, I needed to tell you about this." If he hadn't
Right.
told you, and you on the day of the showcase, you just see the guy, there's nothing you can do.
True.
But he did respect you and be like, okay, courtesy demands. Okay, I need to tell you something. I'm bringing this guy to the showcase. And yeah, that's the reason why you feel like they're going against you. I think I don't understand. You are not that big of a name in Detroit.
uh,
The other guy seems to be more known than you.
yeah, he did seem to be a little bit more talented. Like real
Besides the
serious about
show,
his craft. It seemed like the other guy's craft was his craft, and where Brandon's, like I said, is a hobby. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how's he having beef with all these different people and you ain't did shit? Who have you discovered? Who have you helped along the way? Who have you helped get a contract, a singing contract for? Do you know of anybody? I don't. So I don't understand why he's having all this beef with these guys, that he doesn't want them around, and look, if we're doing an investment and I'm putting my money in equally to your money, you can't tell me what to do with my part. You're going to do with your part, and I'm gonna do
What
my
you want to
part.
do?
Yeah, and then hey, if it comes out great, it comes out great. Hey, pat ourselves on the back. If
Uh-huh.
not, then hey, we'll see. But as far as who I collaborate with, that's none of your damn business. So
Exactly.
I didn't get it. I didn't get it.
It,
Like,
it, those two, I don't know what their plans is, or whatever their plan is. It's not making sense to me. I'm not buying into that plan. It looks like an idea of children
yeah.
we come up with it. Kristen is always saying that they are jealous of her, but I feel like the jealousy is coming from both her and Brandon against every other couple.
Yeah, I mean, I know Brandon probably inspires to do a lot of things in life, but he needs to first check his lust because his lust is going to kill it all. You know what I'm saying? I kind of look at
Yeah.
him like another Martell, you know, thinking he too
Mm-hmm.
cute for his mate. He's the cutest, excuse me, he's the cutest one in the couple in his brain, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And, oh, jeez. All right, I'm gonna have to get this call, but I'll call him
Okay.
back in a second. But um, yeah, I just really didn't understand, you know, how he could get so jealous. Like, get your shit together. You know what I'm saying? And it just seems like
Exactly. Yeah, just
he
they should just get their shit together. They should just let everybody breathe. Let everybody have a rest. Nobody's coming for you. Nobody hates you. Nobody dislikes you. You hate on yourself. You dislike yourself. You are insecure about yourself, and you are pushing it on other people. And you're making every other person uncomfortable by doing that. You're making others uncomfortable. I just feel like they should stop with this. I'm trying to be the main show. I'm trying to be the main person. I'm trying to be somebody that people would know as the face of Love and Married Detroit. The moment they remove that mentality from their head of I want to make people know me as the main face. When people talk about Love and Married Detroit, let them first talk about um and I first talk about Kristen and Brandon, the moment they start removing that thought from their head that they want to be the face of Love and Marriage Detroit, I think they'll start doing better things for themselves.
yeah,
Because I
exactly.
don't think LaToya and her husband is there thinking of, oh, let us be the face of Love and Marriage Destroyed. Or Kolby and Russell are thinking about, let us be the face. And I even know that that's not their plan because they hardly go on interviews. They hardly come on Instagram live. I think they've only come like 2 or 3 times to the show started. But Kristen comes every single episode. Every single episode that airs. It's either she comes before the episode or she comes after the episode. She's always there, trying to clarify, trying to give us the full details. Nobody's interested. Melody never did
Yeah.
that. You're trying to be the main show. Melody never did those things. She didn't need to.
Mm-hmm.
That
Exactly.
moment where they will just calm down and say, let us stop thinking about being the face of this franchise, of the face of Now My Detroit. The better for every one of us, including them.
Yeah, because they're definitely
They're
not like
definitely
the
not
top
like
couple on this show. You
they are
know,
not
the
giving
top
top
messy.
top
They're the top
energy like
messy
at
couple.
all.
You know, they're definitely the top messy couple. But you
Yeah,
know, and like I said, Brandon reminds me of Martell so much. They have so many characteristics that are very similar. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Just sneaky, underhanded, you know, messy, don't really want to be in the marriage. You in it in the marriage for all the comforts of the cooking, the cleaning, the, all that good stuff that comes with marriage, but you're not in the marriage. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they're both similar to me. Not a good look.
Not a good look at all. Well, I do hope like next week episode, because we see in next week episode they will literally be taking that their delusion and going to challenge Anthony and LaToya about their apparent hate on them. And I can't wait to see how that will turn out.
Hmm. I don't think it's gonna come out too good for them, because it's quite evident LaToya is not thinking about Christine like that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Christine is just jealous, and she's gonna get read by LaToya because LaToya look like she don't really play that much. You know what I'm saying? She got
Mm-hmm.
better things to do than to sit back and be jealous.
She has very huge better things to do.
Yeah,
She's a doctor. She's taking care of her wine, making her wines. So she has better things to do than sit down and start thinking about how much you hate or what word you said to her, how that word reflects, or how
right.
your actions reflect. She doesn't have that time to be doing that.
Exactly.
She
So
doesn't.
yeah, we'll see how this turns out. But like I said, I don't think it's gonna turn out too great for Christine. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
she got Brandon, her cheerleader, in her ear. He's about to get reprimanded by Russell. I mean, by Anthony. He's about to get reprimanded. You know, and I can't wait to finish seeing that part.
Well, I literally just hope that it goes better for them. I do. But I feel like the show, well, let me not shift the bed yet, but I feel like the show is not really giving what's supposed to give at all. S- The show is not giving what's supposed to give. And I'm just waiting because I'm tired and Carlos is not doing an amazing game. He's talking about other people's issues and not focus on the issue of love and marriage and how they can better whatever country states they want to open up for. I just think that they're not doing a good job. But let's just see how next week come. I don't know. Do you have any other thing to like, round up?
I didn't hear that question.
I said, do you have any other thing to like round it up?
Well, I can't wait for the next week's show. I can't wait to see Dumb and Dumber do stupid stuff, thinking people are jealous of them. You know, LaToya is gonna keep doing her thing, and Anthony is doing, I guess, his thing, which I still haven't figured what that really is. You know, Russell's gonna keep on praying, and Kolby gonna keep it cute. So I can't wait to see next week's episode.
Oh, yeah, I also can't wait to see next week episode. But anyway, guys, thanks for joining us today. Don't forget to like and comment on the video. Like, click on the subscribe, and also click on the subscribe button down below to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Like and comment, and we'll see you guys
See you
tomorrow,
later.
right?
All right.
For Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Have
Uh,
a good one.
bye.
Bye bye.